2nd down and 6. Reich hands it to Barry Sanders on the draw. Sanders' first carry of the day, up past the 30 to the 32-yard line.
And then we talked earlier, there's a guy that's got a lot to play for here today. Now, Barry Sanders, it doesn't matter what the situation is, what the record is, Barry Sanders is going to show up and play. And if he can go over 50 yards, he'll have consecutive 1,500-yard years, 5 in a row.
Wow.
I mean, that's just one of the records. He's also got that touchdown, that all-time touchdown record.
Barry has gone 9 games without a touchdown. He has 99 rushing touchdowns in his career. Only 5 men in NFL history have had 100. Sanders bounces it, squirts through for a first down up to the 37-yard line.
And there has always been the argument right there for keeping Barry Sanders in on short yardage. 3rd and 1, you keep him in the game, and if a guy can get over 15,000 yards for you, what's to tell you that he won't be able to get one? And this is a tough one here.
David Sloan in motion. Barry Sanders. No room off to his left side. Larry Webster
finds a football. And a guy like that, he's a Pro Bowler because he, and you can see he stands up.
Now give it to Barry Sanders. He's trapped in the backfield. He'll lose a couple more. Ray Lewis shot in there and nailed him along with Keith Washington.
Ray Lewis said before the season, I expect to not only go to the Pro Bowl this year, but I expect to be a starter. He's in on the tackle late. I'm still not convinced on it.
It's a judgment call by the officials as Frank Reich hands to Barry Sanders on first down. Sanders trapped behind the line of scrimmage again. Ray Lewis shot through there.
Ray Lewis, you look at him initially and you think, okay, he's too small to play in the NFL. And that's all the beef that he heard when he came up. But guess what? He reminds you of a Sam Mills. He's small, he's explosive, he finds a football, and he can run. Whenever you're making plays like that on Barry Sanders behind the line of scrimmage, you're making plays, you're doing something. And that's the reason why he's going to the Pro Bowl.
Frank Reich tries to get Detroit out of the shadow of their end zone. And it's
safety.
Another safety.
Balls out.
There's a fumble. Fumble by Barry Sanders. The Ravens recover.
He's raising all kind of cane here today. Now he's on this backside, but the initial pursuit actually is right there. That's 91 Dalton.
Eastern Michigan.
Right here. He's playing right over the nose. I mean, they just beats the backside. They don't try to cover.
2nd and 13. Corey Thomas, a rookie wide receiver in for Detroit. His first play ever. Barry Sanders trapped for another loss. 1st and 10. Barry Sanders. Barry finally finds some room, breaks tackles up to the 46, 47-yard line. A 10-yard pickup for Barry.
That's amazing. I mean, like trying to tackle Mercury. Barry Sanders, when you have him, you don't have him.
Mercury Morris?
Mercury out of thermometer.
Okay.
You know, when it breaks and you try to pick it up. Maybe Mercury Morris, too. Ray Lewis has to come airborne from the inside linebacker position to haul him down. There they go again.
Right. Tries to set up the screen to Barry Sanders. Nothing doing.
Gets his body in between the defender.
Barry Sanders. Nowhere to go again. Yes, the man that played in that game. And we'll get to him in just a moment as it is 2nd and 6. Sanders. Corralled again in the backfield. Ooh. Now a huge loss. Barry cannot get anywhere. McCrary's on him. He'll try it again. And that's the thing, you never know when Barry will bust when there is a flag as Sanders gets down to the 17.
Holding.
It's kind
number 86 offense. 10-yard penalty remains first down.
They look good and then they look very bad. Reich on the bootleg throws the screen back to Barry Sanders. Sanders squirts his way up to the original line of scrimmage. Early on the day for Detroit.
And this is just lack of focus and wanting to concentrate and wanting to play today.
That's it. Yeah. That's a lack of focus right there. Focus on that.
And we talked about running to the bus and the car being started. Well, there's some guys walking around out there with keys in hand.
4th false start today as the Ravens jumping around have created problems. So Wright goes on a quick count to Barry Sanders, and there's nothing there.
Barry Sanders has come out and said a couple times this year, the records are nice, the yards are nice, and all the accolades, the Pro Bowls, but where has it gotten us? He's tired of it. Look at this. Whew. He's had a couple starts like that this year. See how Roosevelt Potts feels about
getting all
that.
these Happy Days references in here. Yeah, see what Potsy says. Barry Sanders. He's back even for the day after a gain of 1. 2nd and 2. Barry Sanders, now he's going. Here goes Barry Sanders. Working on Corey Harris. Sanders, his first big run of the game, all the way down to the Raven 25-yard line, a pickup of 31.
Yeah, and he went because he got a lead block right up the middle of the field there. Schlesinger, number 30, watch him. I mean, he ISOs on Ray Lewis. You talk about what it takes to make big plays. They get the Pro Bowler blocked so their Pro Bowler can get down the field.
12 carries, 31 yards on the day for Barry Sanders. He had 11 carries for no yards prior to that burst. He's 19 shy of 1,500, excuse me. He's already got 15,000.
That's a lot in one day.
That's a lot no matter what. Sanders again.
Oh.
2nd and 4 for Detroit. Barry Sanders starting to heat up. Barry Sanders by carry today.
I don't know if Barry's ever had that many minus carries in a game.
Lineup for the Ravens. 3rd and short for Barry Sanders. Sanders. I don't think he got it. Ray Lewis stops him.
See, little divot. Anytime you get the divot, watch here. Him and Crary. Actually, McCrary does a good job because that bounces Barry. McCrary bounces Barry to make it short.
Resume, and it is rather impressive.
You can get any job with this resume. Any job in the NFL, that is. And the important thing is that Barry has never had any kind of operation on those wheels. And that's the key to longevity in the league. Two tights.
There goes Barry Sanders. Sanders finding room in the 3rd quarter. And with that 10-yard gain, Barry Sanders has reached the 1,500 mark.
And it's funny. Some people want to know, well, what happened to Barry Sanders this year? Had a kind of an off year. And even in Barry's own estimation, he hasn't had a great year. But you got to stop and think about what he's done. 1,500 yards. For 5 consecutive times. That's amazing.
It is truly amazing.
That's amazing. And then when you start to compare him not only to all his other records he can get, but some of the other runners.
3rd quarter winding down. Detroit 3rd and short, and here's Barry, and he goes nowhere. Barry Sanders fumbles again.
Syracuse is killing the Lions up front.
But he got it back.
Goose is in there. He just blows past. Looks like Piney, the center.
He just ripped the ball out as well. 9 and 10. Barry Sanders. Sanders loses another yard. And with that carry, that's his 343rd of the year. That sets a new attempt record. Breaks Barry's old records, jumping around again. Reich dumps it underneath, misses. Sanders almost picked off. Ray Lewis with the coverage. Not a good throw from Frank Reich. 4th down, John Jett will come on to punt. Barry Sanders, he was 1 yard shy. We had him at 1499. Actually, I had him at 1500, jumped the gun, but 1499. He has lost 8 yards since then in that string of 4 consecutive years with 1,500 yards or more for Barry. Looks like it's coming to an end here in the season finale.
Yeah, that was a questionable spot, though. It looked like he had gotten a little bit more than he had there.
They want to know what's for supper, not how many touchdowns did you get, Daddy. A disappointing season for Barry Sanders and the Detroit Lions. Same for Jim Harbaugh and the Ravens, but they end on a high note with a 19-10 win over the Detroit Lions.